All right, so since the NHL playoffs actually start today, I decided to do kind of a prediction slash like simulation of the NHL playoffs this year. I do this, I don't really do this every single year. I do this every other year or whenever I feel like it, pretty much. But we're going to jump into a simulation here of the NHL 21 and 2022 playoffs. So the Stanley Cup playoffs are happening today. I decided to do this video for you guys. I think it'll actually be pretty cool to see what team may come on top. Now, obviously, this isn't 100% going to happen. I don't think ever in any NHL 22 simulation is actually have been true. But if this year's true, then there we go. But yeah, so we got the playoff tree set up here. You guys can see all the teams that we have available in the playoffs. If your team didn't make it this year, I am sorry. My team didn't make it this year. They didn't make it for the past couple of years. So I kind of like just pushed my team to the side, like, hey, we're not going to win the playoff. We're not going to make it the playoffs for another like 5 years. So I was like, okay, we're going to move on from there. But anyways, your team has made it. That's awesome. That's awesome to watch playoff hockey with your team in the playoffs. It's one of the most exciting times of the year when it comes down to hockey. In my opinion, I'd rather watch a playoff game over a regular season game, but that's just me. But anyways, here are the teams that we have in the NHL playoffs this year. All right, so we're going to see who will win round one, who will win round two. We're going to go through and see what team will come on top in the finals. You guys can put your predictions down in the comment section down below on what team is going to win the Stanley Cup this year. Who do you think is going to win the Stanley Cup this year? Put your predictions in the comment section down below. But anyways, I'll see you guys when we get to the second round of the playoffs. And let's see who makes it past the first round. All right, guys, we are jumping into round two now. Round two has been simulated. I didn't want to show I didn't want to show me going through the simulations because to simulate every single game from every single team. And some teams went straight to game 6 or game 7 pretty much. So Colorado beat the Nashville Predators. St. Louis beat the Wild. Calgary won. Edmonton won. And then over here we got Washington. We got Toronto. Boston wins and New York Rangers win. So in the second round, we got Colorado versus St. Louis, Calgary versus Edmonton, Toronto versus Washington, and Boston versus New York Rangers for the second round of the playoffs. All right, I'll see you guys when we get into the second or the third round of the playoffs. All right, guys, now we're into round 3. Round 2 is actually pretty interesting to actually go through the games and see like this team won this game, like back and forth wins. But Washington pulls out the win in game 7 against Toronto. It looks like the Toronto curse is still there. Boston has beat the New York Rangers 4-1. So the New York Rangers only won one game out of the whole thing, out of the whole second round. Boston goes out with a 4-1 win right there. And then over on the East, I believe, or the West, or whatever side it is, Colorado comes out with a win, and Calgary comes out with a win. I'm actually pretty surprised on that. I was thinking the Edmonton Oilers would make it to the finals in this, but it looks like they're not. So you got the Avalanche and the Calgary Flames. You got Boston and the Washington Capitals. That's a pretty interesting matchup right there. But since there's only 4 teams left, I don't have to do 2 simulations. We're going to see who will win round 2 or round 3, the finals or the semifinals before the actual finals. So let's see. Boston comes out with a game 1 against over Washington. So the Avalanche are up 1-0 against Colorado. Calgary comes back, ties the series. Now let's see if Washington can actually come back and also tie the series. Also, no, Boston comes out with a 2-game win. All right, so then back to Calgary. Been doing this so much that I'm getting pretty quick at it. Oh, Colorado comes out with a win. There we go, 2-1 now for Colorado there. Now, oh, Boston with a win. Can they sweep the Washington Capitals and head off to the Stanley Cup Finals? Let's see. We won't know until looks like that series is going pretty well. Calgary and the Avalanche 2-2 already. So this is the game to decide if Boston's going to sweep Washington, or is Washington going to come back with a very, very strong comeback. Let's see. No, Boston wins game 4 and sweeps the Washington Capitals to move on to the Stanley Cup Finals. Holy crap. Imagine being there watching all 4 games. And that'd be pretty awesome just to watch a playoff game in general. But let's see. I mean, like, watch a playoff game in real life. Colorado comes out with the win over on that. So it looks like for the Stanley Cup Finals, for the West side, is going to be Colorado Avalanche. For the East, it's going to be the Boston Bruins. It's actually pretty interesting right there. That's a pretty good matchup, I think. Yeah, it's a pretty good matchup. But let's see who will win game 1 for the Stanley Cup Finals. Colorado comes out with game 1. Boston's been on an absolutely winning streak right there, and unfortunately, they got crushed by the Colorado Avalanche. Boston comes back with a massive comeback with a 3-6 win in game 2. All right, game 3, here we go. Who's going to win game 3? It's going to be the Boston Bruins winning game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals. This one's pretty interesting, boys. Is Colorado going to come back in game 4? No, Boston comes with a 6-3 win over that. Boston only needs to win 1 more game. This could be the game to have the Boston Bruins win the Stanley Cup this year. Is it going to be the Boston Bruins? I'm going to press A in 3, 2, 1. Oh, Colorado comes back with a 1-0 game? Really? In the Stanley Cup Finals, 1-0? Oh, man, this could be the game for the Boston Bruins as well. Let's see. Oh, no, Colorado comes back with a strong victory. So this is game 7. Game 7 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Let's see who takes period 1. Oh, they're both tied to period 1. Period 2, Boston takes a 5-2 lead right there. End of the game, 6-3 for the Boston Bruins. The Boston Bruins have won the Stanley Cup. The Boston Bruins have won the Stanley Cup playoffs. So there we go. There's the NHL 22 predictions / simulation of the NHL 22 playoffs this year. Oh man, that was actually a pretty good comeback from Colorado there. Comeback to getting game 7 is absolutely ridiculous. But Boston comes out with a victory, the 4-3 victory. So there you go. The Boston Bruins are going to win the Stanley Cup this year. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, don't forget to smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you guys haven't already. And also make sure you guys put your predictions in the comment section down below, and on who you think is going to win the Stanley Cup this year. Hopefully your team has made it to the playoffs this year. It's a lot of fun watching, especially your team in the playoffs. It's especially a lot more fun when you have your own team in there. But let me know in the comment section down below who's going to win. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test. Expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next? He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, that's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession, all in his possession. You got their attention, I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression.